droop, and the dull gray mosses over me grow. But I'm still alive in trunk and shoot. The buds of the clay I fold away, but I pity the withered grass at my root. You think I'm dead, the quick grass said, because I've parted with stem and blade. But under the ground I'm safe and sound, with the snow's thick blanket over me laid. I'm all alive and ready to shoot, should the spring of the year come dancing here. But I pity the flower without branch or root. You think I'm dead, a soft voice said, because not a branch or root I own. I never have died, but clothes I hide in a plumbing seed that the wind has sown. Patient, I wait through the long winter hours. You will see me again, I shall laugh at you then, out of the eyes of 100 flowers. Thank you.
We will be performing a dramatic poetry, okay? And our play or our setting will be English in the Air.
Now introducing English in the Air's Cinderella by Roald Dahl.
I guess you think you know this story. You don't. The real one's much more gory. The phony one, the one you know, was cooked up years and years ago. They made it sound all soft and sappy, just to keep the children happy. Mind you, they got the first bit right. The bit where the ugly sisters went out in the dead of night. The ugly sisters, jewels and all, departed for the palace ball, while darling little Cinderella was locked up in a slimy cellar, where rats who wanted things to eat began to nibble at their feet. She bellowed, "Help! Let me out!" The magic fairy heard her shout, appearing in a blaze of light. She said,
My dear, are you all right?
"All right!" cried Cindy.
Can't you see? I feel as rotten as can be.
She beat her fist against the wall and shouted,
Kick me to the wall! There is a disco at the palace. The rest has gone and I am jealous. I want a dress. I want a coach. And earrings and a diamond brooch. And silver slippers, 2 of those. And lovely nylon pantyhose. Done up like that, I'll guarantee the handsome prince will fall for me.
the fairy said, and no one to take. She gave her wand a mighty flick. And quickly, in no time at all, Cindy was at the palace ball. It made the ugly sisters wince to see her dancing with the prince. She held him very tight and pressed herself against his manly chest. The prince himself was turned into a pulp. All he could do was gasp and go. Then midnight struck. She shouted,
Hey! I've got to run to save my neck.
The prince cried, No, alas, alack, He grabbed her dress to hold her back as Cindy shouted,
Let me go!
the dress was ripped from head to toe. She ran out in her underwear and lost one slipper on the stair. The prince was on it like a dart. He pressed it to his pounding heart.
Girl, the slipper fades,
He cried.
tomorrow morning she'll be my bride. I will visit every house in town and then I will track the maiden down.
Then rather carelessly, I fear, he placed it on a crate of beer. At once, one of the ugly sisters, the one whose face was blotched with blisters, sneaked up and grabbed the dainty shoe and quickly flushed it down the loo. Then in its place, she calmly put the slipper from her own left foot. Aha, you see, the plot grows thicker as Cindy's luck starts looking sicker. The next day, the prince went charging down to knock on all the doors in town. In every house, the tension grew. Who was the owner of the shoe? The shoe was very long and wide. A normal foot got lost inside. It also smelled a wee bit icky. The owner's feet were very hot and sticky. Thousands of eager people came to try it on, but all in vain. Now came the ugly sisters go. One tried it on. The prince screamed, "No!" But she screamed,
Yes, if this were me! So now you've got to marry me!
the prince went white from ear to ear. He muttered,
Let me out of here.
Oh no, you don't. You made a vow. There's no way you can back out now.
"Off! Off with their head!" the prince roared back. They chopped it off in one big whack. This pleased the prince. He smiled and said,
Oh, nice. She's prettier without her head.
then up came sister number 2, who yelled, "Now I will try the shoe!"
Try this instead.
The prince yelled back. He swung his trusty sword and smack! Her head went crashing to the ground. It bounced a bit and rolled around. In the kitchen, peeling spuds, Cinderella heard thuds of bouncing heads upon the floor and poked out her head around the door.
What's all that racket?
Cindy cried.
Mind your own business.
The prince replied. Poor Cindy's heart was torn to shreds.
My prince! He chops off heads. How could I marry anyone who does that sort of thing for fun?
The prince cried.
Who's the silly twit? Cut her head. Off her head.
Then just all in a blaze of light, the magic fairy hove in sight. Her magic wand went swoosh and swish.
Cindy,
She cried.
come make a wish. Wish anything and have no doubt that I will make it come about.
Cindy answered.
Oh, kind fairy, this time I shall be more wary. No more princes, no more money. I've had my taste of honey. I'm wishing for a decent man. They're hard to find. Do you think you can?
Within a minute, Cinderella was married to a lovely feller, a simple jam maker by trade, who sold his home and made marmalade. Their house was filled with smiles and laughter, and they were happy ever